Okay, I'm back, and today I'm gonna share with y'all a very personal, intimate time. It's just only a handful of people has heard this story, but because you know, it's too funny not to share, so I figured, what the heck. Uh, One day, my daughter and her cousin, they were either 8 and 10, or 8 and 6. But anyway, they were young. They My daughter had her cousin spend the night at our house, and she stayed with us, and they played, did a little tea party thing. Anyway, the following day, they were doing their playing and whatever it is little girls do, and they came in to take a nap, and I was tired too, so I went and took a nap with them. We got in the bed and took us a nap. Well, by the time I woke up, my wife had already carried my daughter's cousin home, and my daughter stayed over there at their house. So we were home alone. The boys were gone, and me and my wife's home alone. Well, we decided to have sex while we had the chance. Now, everybody's got kids or vowed. Kids can mess up some sex. In the middle of the night, it can be 2 in the morning. Soon as, I hate to say it, but as soon as you stick it in, Dad, Mom, and it's like they have a sixth sense, kind of like a deer when they're slipping through the woods. You've washed in no scent soap. You're wearing your scent lock stuff. You're way up in the air. The wind's in your favor. But all of a sudden, the deer just freaking stops. It's like he's got a sixth sense, knows something ain't right. But that's kind of like kids are. It's just weird. But my kids can interfere with intimacy even when they're not home. Me and my wife, we started getting hot and heavy, right? Now, she's up on that thing riding away. It was the daytime, I had my eyes shut, so it is what it is. Just riding. Started going to town, right? Well, had my eyes shut, and all of a sudden she just stops and starts shaking. Talking about, and I was like, yeah, who's your daddy is what I was saying, and all of a sudden she's just still shaking and still, and she goes, it's a snake. And of course, I still have my eyes shut, and I'm like, yeah, it's a fucking anaconda. Well, she was still going, and finally I realized, it triggered in my mind, there was actual fear in her voice. So I opened my eyes, and this woman was sitting on top of me with her hands over her mouth, but her eyes were that big, and they had fear all over them. And she was staring, just shaking. Verge of just freaking the hell out. She was staring right beside my head. And at that moment, I realized, oh my God, there's a damn snake in my bed beside my head. And then it flashed through my mind, well, if the damn thing ain't bit me now, then it must not be hungry or whatever. So, or it doesn't feel threatened. So, but I'm scared she's fixing to freak out and start just jumping around going nuts and cause this thing to feel threatened and bite me in the freaking face. So I say, Kim, I said, look at me. I slowly slid my arms under her legs and got a good hook on her. And I said, look at me, Kim. And she kind of looked over at me. I said, stay calm. I said, just relax. I said, on the count of 3, we're both going to jump the hell out of this bed. I said, you ready? She was like, just fear of God in her face. I said, 1, 2, 3. And I threw her. And she went about 3 or 4 foot in the air. And she landed on her feet on a full run for the bathroom, bawling her eyes out now. As soon as I threw her, I came up out the bed as well. And I spun around and looked at the bed, and there was a damn snake in my bed. It was about this long. The only thing is, it was kind of had that weird shape to it. But I hunt. I'm country, so I know some about snakes. If they got round pupils, they're non-venomous. If they're slanted pupils, they could kill you. But in my eyes, only good snake is a dead snake. And so I kind of stared. I was like, "Holy crap, dude! There's a damn snake in my bed." Well, how the hell did it get in my bed? Well, I leaned over and started looking at the snake, and I decided I was going to grab the snake, and I actually built up the courage to grab this snake. I've never done it before, but I knew I had to get that snake out of my damn bed. I built up the courage, and how you grab him behind the head? Well, I finally built up the courage. I said, go for it. And I grabbed this damn thing, and I grabbed him with the power that it should have died, but it didn't. Because it was a damn rubber snake. Where this snake come from, I don't know. I've never seen my kids with it. But I'm going to tell you, this snake, whatever toy manufacturer made this snake, they did an outstanding job. They paid attention to detail. This thing, that's the realest snake I have ever seen that wasn't a real snake. And I couldn't believe it. I was like, what the hell? So I walked in there, told my wife, I said, hey, here's your damn snake. I said, it's a fake snake. Where the hell did this come from? And, we laughed about it after that, but it shook us up to the point that there was no starting back where we let off. It had done killed the mood. It had done killed the time. It just ruined that day. So, that being said, here's some advice. If you have kids, pay attention to the toys they bring home. And another word of advice for the guys. If you got your eyes closed in the daytime, or if you having sex at night, have you a flashlight within arm's reach. And if she says, ooh, don't assume she's having an orgasm. And if she says, it's a snake, don't get the big head and think she's talking about your snake. Get the damn flashlight, shine it in her eyes, and see where she's looking. If her eyes is rolling back in her head, yeah, buddy, you done something. If she is sitting there staring at something, you better get the hell up.